presentation, you're going to learn why commenting on code is important and how to add comments to your code, which will help you increase your understanding of computer programming. You should not comment on every piece of code or all of your scripts. To help you decide when you should comment on your code, consider these 3 reasons. 1, to clarify your logic. 2, to identify where something isn't working. And 3, to summarize what a section of code should be doing. In the following slides, we will look closely at each of these reasons. One reason you might comment on your code is to identify something cool or different that you figured out. For example, maybe you found a unique solution to a challenge. How you program your code is how you think. Not everyone thinks in the same way. Explanations of your programming will help others to learn from you. In this example, the entire code makes the cat appear as if he is walking across the stage. If someone wanted to understand how to do this in their own program, the comments would help them see the logic you used. In other words, why you did what you did. This will make it easier for them to use the code effectively in their own programming. The second reason you might add a comment is to identify where you're having problems. This means explaining what you want the program to do and what is happening. This makes it easier to problem solve or debug your program. Debugging your program essentially means determining what part of the code or program is not working as you intended. The comment provided on the previous slide helped me understand that the initial conditions weren't given, and I was able to successfully debug the program. This example was an easy fix. The teacher or peer that you go to for help won't always understand what you are trying to do. When you add a comment, it can be easier to determine what the solution might be. The final reason you comment on your code is to summarize how a larger chunk of code is supposed to function in your program. As you progress as a programmer, your code will have many sections to it. For example, the piece of code on the right side of the screen is just one portion of the code that was needed to program the challenge. On the left side is a zoomed out example of a section of that code with comments summarizing what was done. This summary of the initial conditions could help to remind you of what you did in case the program is not resetting the way you want it to. In addition, you may not always be able to program an entire challenge in one session. Adding comments will allow you to summarize what the larger sections of code are doing and help you to remember where you left off in your work. How to comment on your code. First, right-click on the code that you want to comment on. Select Add Comment from the menu. This will create the commenting box. Then, to add text, type in the field. To hide the text box, left-click on the arrow on the upper left. To resize the comment, left-click and hold the bottom right corner and drag it. Essentially, programming is not something that will always be easy. You will face challenges and some will be very difficult. However, you will learn the most from these challenges and you will have the opportunity to help each other problem solve. Commenting on your code is one way to help you have greater success as a programmer. Now it's your turn to practice commenting on code. Click on the link and write a comment on a section of the code. Resize the comment box. When you are done, submit the URL in Canvas and move on to the next page.